Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWR Clash of Randoms podcast with your host, the JKD, along with my co-host.
The DOC, the LOVE, Dr. Love. Hey, please subscribe, leave your comments, and leave your likes. Why in the hell are we whispering?
I don't know because man, I'm so excited. Actually, I don't know why we was. I'm just. It was just my mood.
Oh man, man, what's up, bro?
I'm welcome to the CWR Clash of Randoms podcast with your host, the JKD, with my co-host, the MCMIKE.
The DOC, the LOVE, Dr. Love, here to give you news, reviews, and tell you what happened on Survivor Series and what we predict was going to happen on Raw tonight.
So today we'll be doing our recap. Obviously, from what you just said, we'll do our recap. What's the future for all the champions along with the superstars of Survivor Series? What could happen at TLC and what could be next? Going for toward 2021. Let's go and start off with a recap of Survivor Series of 2020, best of the best. Let's see how it all went down. As we talk about, the first match was the kickoff show. Well, let's acknowledge the fact that we did saw on the kickoff show a new 24/7 champion, the return of the Gobbledygooker, as obviously it was portrayed by Drew Gulak. If you for those who heard his voice saying gobble gobble, but Gobbledygooker won the 24/7 champion. However, later in the show, Truth got it back as he being a 50-time title holder. So congratulations to him, greatest champion of all time. But let's go ahead and keep on going with the dual branded battle royal, which consisted of members of the Battle Royal. It was Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Murphy, The Miz, John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, Chad Gable, Elias, Apollo Crews, Alberto Carrillo, Angel Garza, Kalisto, Ricochet, and Jeff Hardy. Now, this match was one of the many matches that, not one of the many, but just the one match that actually just thought of like in the last week, pretty much.
Right. It's like it's a stand-up battle royal type thing. One thing that sticks in my craw now, everybody got to do the ring apron bit, and they did it back to back and eliminating folks. So I'm like,
So for those who missed it, obviously the last 2 moments of the matchup, it was pretty much the last four was the final four were Jeff Hardy. It was Raw's Miz and Jeff Hardy along with SmackDown's Chad Gable and Dominic Mysterio. Obviously, they eliminated Jeff Hardy first. Dominic eliminated him. Also led to Miz going under the ropes, pretty much as you said. Last time we watched the show. Obviously, which no surprise who was going to win the match. For those who are veteran fans of WWE, Dominic and Chad Gable went it for back and forth for a little bit, as most battle royals go. The last people got going in like 5 minutes or so like that. Obviously, Chad Gable got eliminated by Dominic Mysterio, which Miz came out of nowhere with the win. Which Mr. Money in the Bank, Miz has won the dual branded battle royal. Let's go ahead and move on to the main show.
that was what it was.
Yeah. The good in it, it was no good in it except for the fact that like it's a natural battle royal. But the bad in it was the fact that, as I thought they should have have a young star win the battle royal.
Right. I wouldn't mind even Chad Gable, since his character has gotten back to the ready, willing, and Gable type thing. And he's taking a little bit more seriously. It would have been great for him to win it. Like I said, I'm not a big Dominic fan, but he had won, it would have been great.
Let's go ahead and move on to the first match, which is a surprise to me considering what the first match started. It started with a men's traditional Survivor Series elimination match with Team Raw being the self-proclaimed captain AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Riddle, Keith Lee, and Sheamus, taking on Team SmackDown's Jey Uso, Otis, Seth Rollins, King Corbin, and Kevin Owens. Now,
I can't forget about my boy in the corner.
I'm waiting for you how you gonna pronounce the name. Go say it.
Almost.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
I like that.
Finally got it right.
But yeah, this match, this match was something considering the fact that this was pretty much a clean sweep. This led to the point to where everybody in Team Raw actually had got a win, with Sheamus getting the win for getting elimination over Rollins. Then led to AJ Styles getting an elimination over Owens. Riddle got his vengeance back at Corbin, which led to the fact that it was Otis get pinned by Strowman, as Keith Lee ended the match by eliminating Jey Uso in the matchup. Now, the good in it was the fact that they did, obviously, it was pretty obvious they had the Team Raw
Yeah, I
You
kind of
know,
felt like they were
'cause-
going to win because of the stuff.
yeah. Along with that, it led to the point to the bad of it was the fact that it had a clean sweep, which actually gave me flashback from 2018. You know,
Right.
Survivor Series, the fact you just did like Raw did a clean sweep with SmackDown. So, and the fact that they didn't really do nothing with Jey Uso, like you with me, Jey Uso will probably get like 1 or 2 eliminations in, maybe.
And see, that's what I thought made the behind, the backstage segment less impactful. See, 'cause it would have made you feel a little bit more sorry for Jey Uso if he had a beat like Riddle or Sheamus or beat Riddle, AJ Styles, and he go backstage and Roman Reigns still call him a loser or whatever like that. He be like, man, well, I beat 2 people, I could, but
Well, speaking of that, speaking of Roman Reigns, it was a little segment between Roman and Jey Uso as he told Jey that there's no time. This is not the place for losers. You know, he told his brother to leave, and he told him to leave himself. He's escorted from his arena, pretty much. What led to our our first champion versus champion match. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day, taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits. And I just want to say shouts out to both New Day and Street Profits. When New Day coming out with that new Gears 5, gear that's pretty chill.
that was.
And I want to say shouts out to Street Profits, was the little Undertaker trap beat. Comment down below if you heard it or not. You should go back to see it. And that awesome promo though. That was a really good promo actually.
It went kind of lengthy, but my son educated me on fights like this, so I can understand that.
Yeah, for those who's like wondering like why they had such a long promo before their big match, it's because New Day had all their gear on, so they had to take all the time to get off. This was it was a good match, despite the fact that my co-host here really not really much into this match. Or the fact that you said like you don't see this much of a dream match, compared to I said it, but I think it was a big deal, because you want to see the Hurt Business take on Street Profits, but when you think about
it, I did,
yeah, but this match was really good. These two teams been going, they were brutalizing each other. It was even to the point to where they were both using each other's moves. Where, Kofi tried to go from the heavens on Montez Ford as Montez Ford retaliated with a triple paradigm of his own.
And both of them didn't do as well because Kofi Kingston's from the heavens didn't look nowhere near as good as oh boy,
Montez Ford.
Montez Ford, he ended up looking like he turned his into a troubling crossbody dice.
Well, oh my god, bro! I was gonna say something, but I forgot the word it quick. But either way, the match came to an end where it led to the point to where Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford got the win from an assisted top row blockbuster, which I believe.
Oh man, it looked really good.
I consider that should be a tag team finisher move from now on, and they should use the cash out from the Heavens combination for like more desperate type matches, and then Wargo gets a match against Hurt Business, and then like more of a secondary finisher.
If I had to give this match a grade, it'd get a B+ or an A-.
I would actually give it an A, believe it or not. The good I saw in it was the fact they didn't have Street Profits. As much as they've been doing about Street Profits, it was a good fact they didn't turn Street Profits heel from this, considering that the past few weeks on SmackDown that they've been trying to get intel on Woods and Kingston from Big E, and then also the fact that they had to say, hey, like, congratulations, like you guys were the better team, So I like that. Yeah, I'll say see no bad in this match.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. There's something I forgot about the first match we talked about.
Yeah.
And I was kind of upset the reason why Big E wasn't in the match, and I'm kind of thankful now.
Actually, let's say that one for later. Though.
Okay.
Let's say that for like when we do the feature for all the superstars.
Okay, cool.
But if we probably gonna talk about. Let's go and move on to our next champion match. As you can see, this is the most comedic title match. It was the United States champion Bobby Lashley taking on the Intercontinental champion Sami Zayn. Now, without its comedic like moments with Sami Zayn trying to find cheap ways to win the match without like trying to go against actually face Bobby Lashley, this was an okay matchup. He did get some hits in. I don't know. I'm trying to make them feel more better, really, but there was something.
So man, it kind of got Zayn over as a person who's trying to use tricks and kind of like a chicken like bad guy. But and it did nothing for Lashley. It did nothing for him.
So really, no offense, man, but that's really no say. Like Lashley's there's no good, no bad to it. Really,
actually, man, I never thought I'd say this about either one of those two because I usually like Sami Zayn's work. I like Bobby Lashley. This is an F.
I give it a C plus.
It's an F for me. I mean, they never really got into a real wrestling match.
Not sure.
They were like move here, move there, run out the ring, move, run out the ring. You know, that's how the whole match kind of was.
Yeah. Either way, Lashley got the victory out of that matchup. Let's go and talk about our third straight champion match. It was the Raw Women's Champion Asuka taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks.
And this may have been the second match of the night.
I can't say the same. You know, it comes from the point to where you talk about in 2018, there was like people chanting like "This is awesome," "Oh, this is awesome." People chanting "This is awesome" when they saw the two, and now you're going to now 2020 Survivor Series. You see people might say chants "Snooze Fest." You know.
Well, yeah, but the match actually was pretty decent. It was just the fact that I think the WWE officials and the producers didn't want to take heat from there one of them. And they didn't want to draw. That's why you always put the lesser champion. But since Sasha Banks was the new champion, and Asuka they want to portray her as somebody who's really, really dominant. They didn't know where to go, so they tried to get them to wrestle a match that was kind of too even.
Either way, Sasha Banks did get the win. She got her first official straight clean win over Asuka.
Did.
So congratulations, Sasha, on that one.
And she deserved it.
She did deserve it, actually. Asuka should have won by roll up, but either way, you know, she did get a clean victory overall.
And it's kind of time to take the title off of Asuka. Anyway, they're not really doing as much as with her as they should be.
Despite the fact that I call this match a snooze fest, I will give this an A, actually.
Yeah, I give it an A minus.
But what I call a snooze fest was considered as the worst match of the night. For snooze fest to the worst.
No, I thought you were talking about snooze fest as far as being like
no,
a little bit.
It's just like, you know, snooze fest like when you see the same like spots over and over, you know.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So like it's nothing against Austin and Sasha. Don't know they got that was a good match, but it's just snooze fest seeing the same like spots, you know, every now and then. But for snooze fest to the worst match of the night, we had the women's traditional elimination match with Team Raw being the women's tag team champions, who could consider the self-proclaimed co-captains, captains, whatever. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, along with Lana, and the two replacements, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce, with taking on SmackDown's Bianca Belair, Riot Squad member Ruby Riott, and Liv Morgan, along with Bayley and Natalya. Actually, like to call herself the Boat, but she's not the Boat after that elimination. Anyway, but let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, this match had 7 eliminations in this one. Oh, well, actually, no, not elimination. I meant to say, it all led to, you know, Bayley getting eliminated first.
Right, because she was doing too much talking and got caught up.
And you know, impressed about Peyton Royce for the one who eliminated her, to be honest.
Right.
However, speaking of Peyton Royce, it led to her being the first one from the Raw team to be eliminated by the Queen of Hearts, the Boat, Natalya, which Natalya got eliminated by the Sassy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans.
Oh, and it was a nice one too. Hey, great on women's right.
Yeah. Afterwards, it was SmackDown's Ruby Riott get eliminated. Following with Lacey Evans getting eliminated, with then Liv Morgan got eliminated, which led to a 3-on-1 battle between the women's tag team champion and Lana taking on Bianca Belair. Now, obviously, for Lana's case, Lana actually had an impressive showing. Actually,
right, she did
for a 2 to 3 minute, like a 1 to 3 minute impressive showing until. Yeah, the tag team champion said, you know, she's gonna stay down the stairs, you know, just stay on the stairs.
Yeah, they made her get out the ring, stay on the stairs. You know how you put a little kid in the corner.
Exactly. However, with this 3-on-1 bout, it led to Shayna Baszler taking on Bianca Belair, with her putting the activating the cure for the clutch on her. With that, it led to a disqualification on Shayna Baszler's part for holding to the hold more than 5 counts. Well, holding to the 5 count. With that, it was Nia Jax plan on putting Bianca Belair through the table. However, Bianca Belair showing her skills off, and with that, it led to a countout, which led to Lana being the only sole survivor. Now, as far as the only good for me out of this match was that congratulations to Bianca Belair for showing her skills out to show why she is the EST and why she is the future of the SmackDown brand.
Right.
That she is a great contender for that SmackDown Women's Champion in the future, far near future. As far as the bad, it was the fact that they had Lana being the sole survivor, considering that she didn't have that much of a showing. You would think like we did say this mainly you the fact that we knew that she was gonna be the sole survivor weeks to come, but like we didn't think that was gonna be the way it was gonna go down though.
Right.
I will say WWE outsmarted us on that one, but we thought that she would do more on that, to be honest. So
Well, the thing is, with Bianca Belair, the only thing I hate was I wanted a power spot. They used her agility and speed spots. They didn't really use too much of her power spot. I would like to see her do a power spot with her lifting Nia Jax to a body slam or something like that. But other than that, I can't complain. But this is one of the worst female. And I ain't gonna say it was the worst one because we all know what the worst one was, but Total Divas. But this was maybe the second or third worst women Survivor Series. Man, I don't know what's wrong when women get into the Survivor Series match like that, but they always seem to not. They seem discombobulated for some reason.
yeah. But let's go and talk about our main event and last champion versus champion match. As we see the WWE champion Drew McIntyre take on the Universal champion Roman Reigns. Now, this match was something. This match, and I don't mean that in a good way. This match, man, these two were brutalizing each other. These men were going ham on each other.
Yeah, it was your power on power.
I mean, you talking about the Claymore, got the spear, throwing people through tables, man, going through barricades, man, kicking out, man. I mean, bro. But despite the fact, man, I don't want to get too much detail except for the fact that, man, you guys got to watch that matchup. But I will talk about the last few moments of the matchup where Roman Reigns put Drew McIntyre through the table, which McIntyre got up during the count, which led to Roman getting out the ring and speared the man through a barricade. With that, it led to the point to where Drew McIntyre got back in the ring, kicked out, and then all of a sudden, as he was about to hit for a Claymore, it seemed like he was going to go for Claymore. Roman Reigns hit him with another spear with a 1-2 kick out. With that, Drew McIntyre did hit a Claymore on him, didn't he?
Yeah, hit the Claymore, and then Roman Reigns fell back into the referee, and you have the referee bump, and here comes main event Jay.
All of a sudden, Roman Reigns hit the low blow on him, and the fact that Jay Uso hit a super kick on him,
and then
that guillotine.
Hold on, got a Superman punch.
Oh yeah, that Superman punch. I forgot the Superman punch. Got a Superman punch on him, then hit the guillotine one.
Right.
Man, which that it led to another referee coming out, which McIntyre was down and out cold, which led to the Tribal Chief reign supreme at Survivor Series.
That's right.
The only good I see in this was the fact I'm glad it did make Drew McIntyre look so much strong. I mean, you talk about you notice that WWE never mentioned their WrestleMania 35 match because these are way different from what they were last year at WrestleMania. No, we're talking about the Tribal Chief and we got the Scottish Warrior, man, and it was way better than WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was way better match.
I mean, these two had a lot of history over the past year. With Roman Reigns eliminating Drew McIntyre last year's Survivor Series match, and along with Drew McIntyre eliminating Roman Reigns at the Rumble. But the only good was the fact I did like they made Drew really strong by saying it took Roman a low blow and outside interference to win. So that's the only good I see about it. There was no bad at this match, actually.
Right. Either guy did not look weak in the match. These are things that you expect a heel to do to win a match, so it didn't make Roman look weak either. A plus. That's a very good match.
But we want to go ahead and get these last few moments of saying thank you to the farewell of The Undertaker. As far as it's pretty obvious. You had WWE legends who was, had great, connections with The Undertaker. You had people like Jeff Hardy, JBL, Kevin Nash, Rikishi, Big Show, Shane McMahon, the Godwins, I'm going to say, the Godfather, Savio Vega, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Ric Flair, Triple H, and Kane. As y'all know, Vince McMahon will obviously come out. You know, Vince McMahon putting Undertaker over for his great dedication for 30 years in
Yes.
WWE. And we also like to say thank you, Undertaker, for showing us all the persona you gave us. Make us feel excited when we see you on the screen.
So what he did, like, that's just 30 years in WWE. I mean, think about it. The couple years he had in WCW and USWA in Texas and in Memphis. I mean, he's been in wrestling about 35 years.
Yeah.
I mean, dog.
Yeah, but it's obviously a point to where we just want to say thank you, Undertaker, for all the dedication you gave to the younger fans too. I think the only good about it was the fact that we're glad that we didn't see as most rumored. The film was supposed to come out to interrupt the Undertaker, but it was a good thing that didn't let it happen. So that sums up Survivor Series 2020. Let's go and talk about what holds the future for all the champions and superstars of Raw, SmackDown, after Survivor Series. And I want to go ahead and talk about the Raw champions while we're at it. Let's go and talk about Drew McIntyre. Now we know that Drew McIntyre pretty much could be done with Randy Orton. However, there could it's WWE, so you never know. They could have Randy Orton go for the WWE title again. But a lot of people have been rumored saying that Sheamus could be the next competitor. Drew has a lot of competitors going towards him because you got folks on Team Raw. You have AJ Styles, you have Riddle, Keith Lee, Strowman, Sheamus. But I think the most obvious pick probably Sheamus going for the WWE champion. As far as Asuka go, Asuka has kind of lost that top tier level of being the future star. Being a Raw Women's champion. She's done everything she can. As far as her rivalry goes, like her rivalries went down a lot now. The only big rivalry Asuka has gone through was when she was in a handicap rivalry taking on the Golden Role Models. And so far she hasn't been done much. But as far as I'm concerned, obviously with Team Raw winning, it's pretty obvious that Lana's not going to go for the Raw Women's Champion. But I feel like, what's next for Asuka is that she will have another handicap rivalry, if you know what I'm talking about. Now earlier, her biggest rivalry as Raw Women's Champion was going against the Golden Role Models. But you can't be too surprised that somewhere around TLC, the Raw TLC, that she will be taking on the Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax in a triple threat match.
For the Raw Champion. Yeah. I was looking at what the team member, I never could get her name, Retaliation,
yeah.
I was looking for her to wrestle.
Reckoning.
I was looking for her to go against Reckoning, but I see Reckoning messing with Dana Brooke.
And man, what's
so I don't know where to go with. No, this Survivor Series, the Survivor Series kind of started setting up the road to WrestleMania, kind of started setting a few things up. But this year's didn't. I didn't see anything that was set up WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they were to do that, but hey, Undertaker retired, but as far as like speaking of the women's tag team champions, about Asuka, we talk about Lana, and Lana's definitely not going to go the Raw Women's Champion. But there could be rumors saying that maybe she could be teamed up with someone. Maybe you can finally get what you want, that Naomi might come back and challenge for the women's tag team champion, or maybe Lana could grow a frustration, go ahead and join Retribution and join Reckoning, and that way it can be a win-win because Reckoning can actually do something.
They got to get those tag titles off of Shayna Baszler, and because they're not doing anything with them, they're just walking around every week and bullying people.
Yeah.
And then when they do have a match, it's most of the time a non-title match.
But yeah, because you can have folks like Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans, despite
I don't even like that team
at all. Yeah. The fact that you could have SmackDown's Riot Squad going to the title away from them.
Right.
Maybe once Mandy Rose come from her injury, they can find the take titles off their hands,
Or you can have Candice LeRae and Hartwell.
They're not gonna get it to NXT. They're never gonna get it to NXT.
Or Raquel, but I can see Raquel Gonzalez and
it's gonna be years till they get. It's gonna be years till they get to NXT. It's gonna be years from.
But I would like to see.
It's probably one of those things where like they say about the 24/7 channel, like everybody can get the title, but like it really is gonna be for Raw and SmackDown only though. But yeah,
how dumb was that for them? Excuse me for busting out in front, but how dumb was that to say Arturo
I
Raw
don't even want to talk about it.
is a Raw person.
I don't even want to talk about it, bro. It was kind of a waste of a pick that you were gonna do it like that, then. But it might be like just one of those like, you know how they had Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, so like that. You know, maybe because we went
I
out there.
don't know, man.
I mean, but let's go talk about our United States champion Bobby Lashley. What's the future going towards him?
Well, we got to take the title off of him too.
As far as Bobby Lashley goes, you know, like I said about Drew McIntyre, you know, you had the whole team Raw winning. So I said, you know, you had AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Riddle, and, you know, Braun Strowman, Sheamus, you know, could go for the day title, but you know, there's one of those five can go for the U.S. champion also, and I can see there's a lot. It could be Strowman, could be going for, or probably Keith Lee. Probably go after Lashley.
I can see Keith Lee. I can see it's two other people I can see getting it too.
You can also see Riddle, but obviously, like I said, for WWE champion, I said the two people who would most likely go for the WWE champion currently could be WWE could have Randy Orton still going for, which I highlight.
No, it's two.
But you can have AJ Styles or you can have Sheamus going for him right now because those are the only two heels. As far as Strowman goes, a lot of people say, is he still heel or babyface? But most people consider him as babyface. So you can still have a Strowman versus Lashley. Probably could have Lashley get over him. Yeah. Just to make Lashley like make up for like Survivor
Series. Right. He do need to get over.
And then also, yeah, my bad for interrupting you, but yeah, like it makes sense for Strowman. But you also got Keith Lee. You know, really when he came to the men's roster, he was busting through the door, beating Randy Orton, which was a surprise to be honest. But now it's about the time to go and get his first champion, you know? Right. So it's about the time. Along with Riddle, too, you know?
Now, I'm going to tell you, here's a dark horse for the U.S. title. Two dark horses, even though they're heels, too. Miz and Morrison.
It's not going to happen.
But the Sheamus against Drew McIntyre, I think that's what they're pushing for now.
Oh, yeah. But that makes more sense, though. But, you know, speaking of Bobby Lashley, you know, let's talk about the rest of the Hurt business. They could be the future contenders for the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Oh, they're getting the tag team titles.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, at this point, New Day, they've done so well, 9-time tag team champions, congratulations. But, you know, it's time to go ahead and get other people, like, more, and let them hold them more than, like, just, like, 2 or 3 months, you know?
Right.
So, I'm assuming her business, you know, Seth Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are going to get over.
As far as SmackDown is concerned, the tag team title Street Profits, I think, counting for tag team champions, even though it's a mixed match tag team, it's probably going to be Otis and Chad Gable.
I probably like just keep Street Profits tag team champions maybe towards like WrestleMania. I mean, think about this. Despite the fact they've pretty much been champions since the Raw at the Super Showdown, you know, this is their first. You have to think about reality that this is their first time being SmackDown tag team champions. So they've only held the SmackDown tag team title for like 1 month so far. So yeah, I say like let's keep Street Profits, let them hold the title longer. As far as the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn is obviously by the time he loses the championship, you know, he kind of lost his edge. You know, we seen from the Battle Royal, there's a lot of contenders who can go for the title, man. You got Dominic, Rey Mysterio,
Murphy. Wide open on that one.
But if you want to, and this is my personal opinion, if you want Sami Zayn to get back to that top tier level again, you know, make the Intercontinental Champion a lot more relevant. You need to have a big enough rival to make the Intercontinental Champion look a lot more relevant than what it is. And hey, comment down below if you want to see this. But I will say, man, it's been 4 years since this rivalry happened, but I believe Sami Zayn's next rivalry should be taking on Kevin Owens with the Intercontinental Champion.
That would
to make the title more relevant, and then let alone TLC coming up through to make the title more relevant. Also, the shouts out to Kevin Owens and Survivor Series to be good strategy, man. That's real smart of you to play this Riddle, you know, that's really smart. But I believe Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Champion, that put Sami Zayn back on the top tier level. That would benefit 3 things. That would benefit SmackDown more, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and for a bonus, it you know, build up the Intercontinental Champion a lot more.
But I'm gonna tell you somebody else, Big E.
Big E also.
And I think, you know, I was mad at first because he wasn't part of the Survivor Series team, and now I understand why he wasn't, because they didn't want him to get buried.
Protect him, man.
They were trying to protect him.
That was a good thing.
So that was a good thing. And excuse me for my misjudgment at the beginning. Big E definitely, I think, could be the next Intercontinental Champion. I think they need to push him toward that way.
Yeah. You know, obviously, even though, like, you know, when you said about Bobby Lashley, my bad for interrupting about
go ahead.
But you know how you said about Bobby Lashley, you know, this heel versus heel thing, you know, if they ain't doing it with Jimmy Uso, you already know you might just have Jey Uso
Oh
as the
yeah,
champion.
Jey Uso will be a good.
It's what I've been saying. It's what I've been saying, but there's a lot of candidates for the Intercontinental Champion. And I'm looking forward to see what's going to hold for the future for the Intercontinental Champion. I really hope they do something.
Roman Reigns next feud.
Oh, before we get to Roman Reigns, let's go ahead and go through Sasha Banks now.
Oh, Sasha.
You know, it's pretty quick. This is pretty quick. It's pretty obvious from if you haven't seen, you know, the Untouchables, Carmella's going to go for the title. But the thing is, what exactly they're going to be doing with, like, how well they're going to be investing in Carmella exactly.
And they shouldn't have done this. You know, had Carmella come right back and have her in the main title scene, because what's going to happen? She going to lose. They're not going to let Carmella get the title, and they're going to take all the steam away from her. She should have had a feud with someone else first.
Exactly.
And then maybe after 2 feuds, it could be a lesser person and then a little stronger person, build her up. Like maybe her come back and go against let's say she went against Ruby Riott and beat Ruby Riott out, and then she got an upset win over Bayley, or an upset win over Bianca Belair. Then she would.
I won't say all that. I'm gonna go that far.
That's why I say upset win though, and then have her go against. Cause if she beat Bianca Belair, people be looking at her like, "Wow, god dang."
Yeah, but people are still looking at Bianca Belair as in like, you know, Bianca Belair hasn't been there yet because she hasn't been doing it on Raw, and she just got the SmackDown. So really, you can't really do the expense of Bianca Belair, because now people are gonna be thinking, "Oh, this is how they think about Bianca Belair." Then they're gonna think of her like because we're thinking of her right here. But if they do that to her, they're gonna be like,
I don't think it's gonna knock her down too far, because like I said, you can just say she used her experience against her. But yeah, it's basically what both of us are trying to say. It's too soon for baby girl to be in there for a title shot against Sasha Banks.
I'm okay with it. You know, actually, I even thought Bayley would get another match, maybe a TLC. You know, TLC match, or either just have Carmella, because like I don't think Bianca Belair is ready yet. I think they should wait till WrestleMania for Bianca Belair and Banks.
They're saving Bayley for Sasha. For them, that's gonna be at WrestleMania. Bayley and Sasha Banks are not gonna touch each other again until WrestleMania.
As far as I'm concerned, man, despite the fact that we missed them so much, I believe, man, for Raw, even though we're off of Raw, I think, man, they should bring Charlotte and I'm waiting for Charlotte and Becky to come back. I think, believe it or not, man, they did make, you know, the brands look relevant. So
right, but I would put them on different brands. I would go ahead and put Charlotte
back on Raw,
and Becky on SmackDown. But
I probably put Bayley on Raw though, and keep Sasha on SmackDown though.
But Becky makes so much money for WWE, they would probably want to put her on Raw, but they can't have her and Charlotte on Raw, so one of them have to go to SmackDown. So since Charlotte, you're right, since Charlotte been on SmackDown for a second or two,
exactly.
But there's no room for Charlotte. She goes where she want to go.
And then with Becky, like Becky done all she can for Raw. I mean, for those who keep on saying, "Oh, Becky was just bearing all those women," like now you see what happened when Becky's not the champion, you know?
Right.
And you know, Shayna could have replaced her, but you know, WWE. But let's go ahead and move on to the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Now, it's pretty obvious how they're setting this up also. They're setting up for Roman Reigns to take on none other than Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Now, obviously, there are a lot of people that we want to see. Now, as far as your point, you did say Big E going for the Intercontinental Champion. But, man, hey, Big E could be up there for 2021, you know?
I think they're going to say Big E for around, if the Tribal Chief doesn't go against The Rock at WrestleMania, he's going to be a placeholder for Big E.
Oh,
so they're not going to have Big E anytime soon. Now they find out The Rock is not going to wrestle him. You know, if they find out The Rock going to wrestle him, they'll probably put Big E against him like in Royal Rumble or something like that. No, I take that back, because Royal Rumble's still going to be Daniel Bryan. They're going to stretch that.
Yeah. So with that, man, all those contenders, man, you know, I look at that's our Survivor Series recap, along with what holds the future for all the champions and superstars of Raw and SmackDown. And with that, I'm leaving it to my co-host, the MCMIKE DOC LOVE. Together,
hey, we just want you to say, we just want to say thank you for don't pay attention to that. We just want to say thank you for listening to our show and being a part of everything. Y'all have a blessed and happy Thanksgiving. Hey, subscribe, hit those likes, give us a comment on any of those things. And what are your predictions for the future in WWE and NXT?
And also, watch out for Raw tonight, man. We're gonna be watching. Don't forget, we're gonna be making a Raw recap also.
All right.
The whole for Raw brand.
That's right. So, with that being said, blessings and joy for Thanksgiving holiday. Y'all do your thing, y'all.
And keep it tight.
All right.